Welcome to the August synopsis of the Insurance Research Letter Live. Featured articles this month include Americas, the United States. A company's first line of defense for cybersecurity? People. InsurTech is growing. Are you ready? How startups can protect against cyber hacks. Europe. European Union. Implementation of EU Directive furthers transatlantic anti-money laundering alignment. Recognizing risks, enabling opportunity. Now, before we begin, two quick side notes. First, be sure to check out our great collection of podcasts at irletter.com/blog/click on episodes for the full listing. And secondly, because the Insurance Research Letter has been published for more than 50 years, it's become the single most authoritative reference source for the international insurance business. Subscribe and read our new monthly section aptly named Looking Back, which recounts significant industry news from the annals of history. Now for this month's featured presentation, a company's first line of defense for cybersecurity? People, by Anthony D'Agostino, Global Head of Cyber Risk at Willis Towers Watson. As the ever-looming threat of a cyber attack hangs ominously over the corporate world, organizations continue to shore up their defenses against the possibility of outside and insider threats. However, many of these defenses have been disproportionately devoted to technology protections. While technology is a crucial aspect of any sound cybersecurity strategy, organizations are increasingly realizing that they've been overlooking another key element: the risk that their own employees pose towards their cybersecurity efforts. Recent claims data from Willis Towers Watson shows that employee negligence or malicious acts account for 2/3, or around 66%, of cyber breaches, where by contrast, only 18% were directly driven by an external threat, and cyber extortion accounted for just 2%. The data further show that approximately 90% of all cyber claims are the result of some type of human error or behavior. In the age of phishing schemes and changing business models, including bring your own device or BYOD, flexible work schedules, and contingent workforces, it's more important than ever that organizations understand how aspects of their talent strategy and corporate culture, including training, rewards, customer focus, and corporate values, can impact employee behavior and thus increase or decrease company-wide exposure to cyber risk. To keep workers from unknowingly creating vulnerabilities and exposing the company to risk, organizations need to establish a cyber-savvy workforce by building the right talent and a corporate culture that fosters awareness, understanding, responsibility, and accountability. This may seem like common sense. However, our recent Cyber Risk Pulse survey revealed that organizations may be overly confident in their cybersecurity strategy when their responses were viewed in conjunction with their employees' own behavior. One dangerous but apparently common belief among employees is that the company's IT and security systems are the ultimate protectors. Even though a significant majority of companies feel they're doing what they need to in setting up and communicating robust protection systems, policies, and processes, the message doesn't always resonate, judging by some current employee behaviors. Around 40% of employees use a work computer or cellular device to access confidential company information and discuss work-related topics in public places. About 30% admit to logging into a work device on an unsecured public network or using a work computer in public settings. Roughly 25% take confidential paper files home and use unapproved devices to do work at home. Some employee attitudes towards opening email attachments, changing passwords regularly, and sharing personal information, such as employer name and job title, on social media sites, may also leave companies more vulnerable, particularly in the context of social engineering, where cybercriminals use impersonation techniques to trick employees into divulging confidential information or data. Further, we found that only 10% of employees had spent more than a day on cybersecurity training in 2016, with 25% receiving none at all. Given these results, perhaps it's no surprise that only slightly more than 50% of companies felt that they had made progress in combating human capital risk in the last 3 years. Of course, impacting a cultural change is a major task for companies, even when unrelated to cyber. But the process begins with an enterprise-wide approach and, most importantly, executive buy-in to the strategy. This strategy should include comprehensive but tailored training, coupled with an effective talent management and reward strategy. This is particularly important as the direct costs associated with cyber attacks and cyber risk management continue to rise as the technology improves and evolves. Obviously, there's an unavoidable cost to the deployment of this technology, but companies need to make sure that it does not come at the expense of human risk. Consider the recent WannaCry ransomware attacks. This large-scale cyber attack reminded us all we need to remain vigilant and ensure we are protecting our own data. Despite the technology flaw associated with the attacks, WannaCry, which was likely enabled through phishing emails, was a sobering reminder that employees serve as the first line of defense in an organization's cybersecurity strategy. In addition, there are both hard and soft costs associated with cyber breaches, such as the impact on corporate reputation or a decrease in shareholder value. So, the tactical allocation of funds is vital. A key point that organizations need to better comprehend is the need to quantify and allocate sufficient capital to manage the people risk, not just the technology risk. It's not possible to completely remove the human equation of cyber risk because we rely on people to do their jobs and we rely on our employees to conduct business. And mistakes can happen as hackers find more sophisticated ways to infiltrate a company's systems. At the end of the day, we're all human, and therein lies the vulnerability. But we can arm employees with the tools needed to be the best first line of defense against cyber attacks. Thank you for watching and listening to this month's presentation of the Insurance Research Letter Live. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and check back next month for more educational and informative talk about insurance and risk management. To receive more original and educational articles from world insurance business leaders, subscribe to the Insurance Research Letter at http://irletter.com/subscriptions/.